Hello, brethren. It's a long time since we've had a little chat, isn't it? So I thought I'd better get myself in gear. It's really heartening. Almost everywhere I go these days, someone will say to me, "Oh, I really enjoy your videos." In fact, just at Grand Lodge this last Saturday, a lady said to me that it was like someone talking to her in her own living room, and as she lives on her own, she found that really welcoming. So I felt quite humbled at that. Anyway, it's given me a sort of a kick up the backside to get things done again. So I'm going to do a bit of an update today, a bit of a bumper bundle on several things, but I will, I'm really keen to do some more on the Hidden Mysteries set of videos, so I'll look out for something else to talk about there. But also there's an exciting project that I'm working on with another brother and friend of mine. Can't tell you anything about it just yet, but I'm really excited about it, so watch out for news about that in future. I've got so many things to talk to you about that I've made myself a little list. Here it is, here's my list, just to make sure that I cover everything. So the first thing I want to talk about is the gavel, and since taking it over I've really had quite a lot of thoughts about the balance of the material that goes into it. I love getting the photographs and I love showing the photographs, and I know that you like to see photographs as well, but I would like to balance out those photographs with some more serious articles. So I know the Grand Master did mention this in her address in January, but please, if you hear any interesting talks or you have anything at your installed masters, please think about sending them to me. I can never have too many. I probably would only put 2 or maybe 3 in an issue, but you know, there's always room for some in future issues, so please do keep them coming. That's not to say that I don't want photographs, but I'm going to have another little moan now. I've done this in print a few times, and I used to say, please do not take photographs on mobile phones because they're not suitable for print. So just to be a little bit technical, in order to print a photograph, it really needs to be at a resolution of 300, and mobile phones only take a resolution of 72, which is fabulous for looking at on screen. So when you look at them on your laptop or your phone, they look really good quality. But if you try to reproduce that in print, it doesn't work very well at all. So I can do some work on them to improve them, but really I can't do a lot. So whereas I used to say I will not accept photographs from mobile phones, I've never actually enforced that, and now I think is probably impractical because who these days carries a camera around with them? So if you must take a photograph on a phone, please make sure you've got good lighting, that it's not grainy, and that it is nice and clear and sharp, and maybe take a few so that you can pick the best one out. But if it's a special occasion like you know, a lodge anniversary or important visitors, try and get someone to come along with a camera. There's usually at least one brother in your lodge who will use a camera, and that's much better. And for sending them to me, I much prefer you to email them rather than send hard copies, because then I've got to scan them in, and again that can reduce the quality of them. So email is best if you can do that. The other thing just to mention about photographs, well, 2 more things actually. One is please get the permission of the people in the photograph, because as I'll talk about in a minute, it might be that I'd like to put some on the external website, and I can't do that without people's permission. So please get permission for them to do that. And then the second thing is, if there's a little story behind your photograph, that's much better than just somebody cutting a cake or presenting a cheque. You know, there might be a bit of a backstory. Why has your Worshipful Master chosen this particular charity? Does she have a personal link with it? Just something to give it a little bit more interest to people rather than just the photograph. And I'd love to put things like that in. So moving on to the website, still with the photographs, I get quite a lot of photographs, as I said, and it would be great to put some on the website. I have been trying to update the blog section and the news section on the website fairly regularly, but it's been a bit sparse in the last few months because I haven't been receiving so much stuff. I know it's a quiet time over Christmas, isn't it? But again, it really needs to be a picture with a story behind it. And it doesn't have to be Masonic either for the website. It would be quite good for external people who look at the website to see that we are ordinary mortals and that we do other things in our lives, especially if they are exciting or daring things or unusual things. So, you know, if you're jumping out of an aeroplane, that would be wonderful to put on the website. So please think about that. If you send me things for the gavel, I may decide to put them on the website as well. So just bear that in mind and make sure that we've got permission to do that. Okay, so moving on now to the library group. Now, I know not everybody takes the gavel, but this was advertised in the gavel that we were going to start a library study group at Pembridge Gardens. And the idea is that we'll meet quarterly, and that the brethren who meet in the library study group can select some books to take away and do some study, and then bring back their findings to the next meeting to discuss with the rest of the group. So we had the first meeting. It's difficult to find a date when everybody that's interested can attend, but we had the first meeting and we had 4 of us, which was actually quite nice because we had plenty of room to look through the cabinets and select some books. And we all found there were more than 3 that we wanted to borrow, but we restricted ourselves, mainly because of weight, I guess. So if you would like to come to the next meeting, it's on the 23rd of March. It's at Pembridge Gardens, obviously, in the library, and it's the same day as Harmony Lodge are meeting, but we'll be tucked away in the library, so we won't disturb them, and they won't disturb us either, unless they want to join, of course. So we usually get there for about 12 o'clock and bring something to eat with us, and then we just stay for as long as we feel we want to. I think last time we finished about 2:30, 3 o'clock, but you know, it's you can come and go as you please. So if you'd like to come along, either just turn up, or even better, let me know, send me an email to let me know that you're interested, and then I can perhaps tell you a little bit more about it. And it would be lovely to see more people. I think we've got at least 6 coming to the next meeting. It would be funny if we didn't have all room to get into the library, wouldn't it? But I can't see that that would happen given people's other commitments. So that's the library group. We'd love to see you there. And the last thing I want to talk about really is for Yorkshire Brethren. And that's to do with the Master Masons Forum. We've been running now, we had our first meeting in August, but you know, it is almost a year since the initial letters went out. So I just want to make sure that enough people know about it and can spread the word. So the Master Masons Forum, you have to be a Master Mason who has not yet gone through the chair, although you can stay in the group during your first year as Worshipful Master, the idea being that you can share your experiences with the rest of the brethren. It's not age restricted, and you can come and go as you please. There's such a lot of things happen in Yorkshire. Again, it's difficult to get a date when everybody can attend. But the meetings we've had so far have been really lots of fun and loads of interesting discussions. The agenda's usually quite loose. I have been setting some questions for people to do some research if they want to do, and to come with their questions. And we've had lots of good comments. People have really enjoyed it and have learned something, and have gone away wanting more. So we meet at Howden Masonic Hall, which we judged was about midway for everybody that wanted to come. It's not far from the M62. It's about equidistant from the coast where we have lodges and from the West Yorkshire lodges. So, and it's a really good and cheap place for us to meet. We usually hold a raffle to help pay for the hire of the hall, which is £30. Now, the next meeting, which is going to be on May the 10th, I'm really excited about because I have booked a speaker who I have chatted to before and who I have heard speak. It's Worshipful Brother Andy Sables, and he is the son of both his father and mother, and one or perhaps 2 of his sons are also Masons, and he is a mine of really interesting information. So I'm quite excited about that. So if you'd like to come along, please again email me about that. And I hope I'm making you all jealous in the rest of the country. Perhaps you could start your own Master Masons forums as well. So that's all for now. I'm really glad to be speaking to you again, and I'll start looking for some subjects for the Hidden Mysteries or the Through the Open Door series, and I'll be back online again soon. Bye.